Oh, there you are. Well, it's Friday around here, and that means meat day. And I forgot the butter. Oh, yeah, steak cooked in butter. Oh, we do that around here. Oh, it's terrible. Once a week, you know, it's not going to send anybody to the hospital. So, what do we got? Well, today we're doing a little bit of what you might call soft-core sous vide. You know, I'm kind of fascinated with sous vide cooking, but the last thing I need around this kitchen, which is the size of a ship's galley, is another gadget. So, I got my de facto sous vide cooker here. It's called an oven. It'll go down to about 170 degrees, or up to 170 degrees. So, let's do the basics. Got me a couple pounds of roast here. Salted, peppered it yesterday morning, put it in the refrigerator on a rack that I just spilled all over the floor. But here we are. You can see the salt created sort of a crust. And yeah, it's cured, more or less. As I sit here trying to figure out how I'm going to touch my tablet with my beefy coated hand. Okay, yeah, we've been doing a lot of talking about food, not a lot of showing of food. So, food, pan, hot oil. Yeah, gee. Yeah, when I say cooking's easy, I mean it. The thing about this house is we like our beef exceptionally rare, so by some standards, when I finish browning it, that's cooked around here. So sous vide, you know, you just take a, whatchamacallit, piece of meat for example, wrap it in a plastic bag and throw it in some warm water, say 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And let it cook all day, kind of like a slow cooker. What happens is the meat reaches the temperature of medium rare, and it's done. No excitement, no drama. The only problem is I don't need another gadget. So let me start the oven here. 350, that's way too hot. 170. Start. Yep. So, cooking a good roast is really, really simple. You just start early. Yeah, we're going to be eating at 6, and it's just about noon now. So, 5 hours, 170 degree oven ought to be nice and medium rare. Thing is, I like to sear mine first. Oh, excuse me. We're still smoked in. It's still making us all crazy. I've been doing really fiddly cooking, you know, the kind of thing where you cook something and then you let it cool, and then you mix it with something else, and it takes all day, 5 minutes at a time. Doesn't do well on a 10-minute YouTube video, but we'll try to get some of it in. We made some of Mrs. Chef's newer favorites. Unfortunately, not my chow mein, or specifically not my cashew chicken chow mein. That one kind of fell flat. But I got some recipes that she likes that we'll be doing on the channel. And yeah, there's some fiddly food. As you can see, I'm browning all sides of the meat. Yeah, I know. Isn't this just the most exciting thing you've ever seen? Hey, I found out about Cameo. You know, I can get some stars to appear on this channel. Instead of my bad impression of them. You ever see Farmhouse Rules, that show on the Food Network? Well, she's out there, and I kind of like her because she's kind of crazy too. So, yeah. Ta-da! Let's go ahead and finish that off with, I don't know, half a stick of butter. Oh yeah, we're afraid of fat in this house. But yeah, with all the smoke and the crazy stuff going on, we've been eating kind of roughly. Had a few reruns, you know. Some of Mrs. Chef's favorites have been reviewed. Oh, look, 170 degrees. You can imagine that that's a very energy conserving way to cook meat. So I got a couple of cloves of garlic, literally just rough chopped. I'm going to throw those on here. I got a couple of sprigs of rosemary to go with that. And just for fun, the last scraps of some bay leaves. Yeah, reaching the bottom of some barrels here. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it takes to make a good roast. Well, like I said, we've been doing some fiddly cooking. You know, where you spend 5 minutes here, half an hour later you spend 5 minutes there. Yes, you're in a real kitchen. It is oddly designed. It is the size of a ship's galley. Pardon me, a boat's galley, not even a ship. And it's where I make food every day. Apparently, I make some of the better food in town, though. So at least I have that to enjoy. So here we are. We have a nice, inexpensive roast. And it is not going to show up at all on this camera, is it? There you go. You can kind of see that there's a fat cap on that. Right there. Oh, goody. So, buy a cheap roast. Salt and pepper. Leave it overnight in the fridge. Brown it. Some high temperature oil. In the pan you throw some garlic, some rosemary, some bay leaves, and way too much butter. Throw it in a 170 degree oven. Go drink some wine. Yeah, life is occasionally just that hard. Oh. Try to have the fat cap up. That way it melts and slowly moisturizes the meat. Yeah, cooking. It's that hard. Oh, yawn. Hey, the only thing I can say about cooking is if I can do it, you can do it. So tonight we're going to have that with some green beans with prosciutto and tomato, which is not going to make my wife at all unhappy, and some oven roasted potatoes since she has an allergy to baked potatoes for some unknown reason lately. So that's it. Roast beef. Yeah. Food. Yeah. It's that hard. It's that awful. It's that terrible. Don't be intimidated. If I can do this, you can do this. Social media. Please be good social citizens and subscribe. But most importantly, remember that the food you make has to meet your tastes, not mine. I can give you some ideas. I can take away some of the fears. I once met a woman who was afraid of risotto. So hopefully she saw my food about, or my show about that, and is no longer. Hopefully you won't be afraid of that 2-3 pound roast. That's it. Thank you. Remember to subscribe, or YouTube will send me to death. Thanks. Goodbye.